Hello again, folks. This is Thalon McRom. We're back in Vintage Story. We're picking up right after where I left off on my Sunday live stream here. And to bring you all up to speed in case you missed the live stream, I went back and did a bunch of mining. I specifically mined out all the tin I could find up here in this tin vein. And then I went down here and I mined out a large chunk of the copper to the point where I actually ended up breaking my first tin bronze pick I made. But I brought back enough tin and copper to make a tin bronze anvil, which is right there. We're going to be moving that over here to where the copper one is just to make things look a little better. Another tin bronze pick that we're going to use, and a second one, so this is our third one that we've made, that we're going to trade to our treasure hunter trader to start real work on the storyline. I also did some work on the house. I still got to finish the roof, but that's going to require getting some more clay. But I've put in some walls here to help protect things. And we've got a temporal storm blowing in, I just saw. I also started putting in windows. So we got lots of things going on. And I didn't use up all my copper ingots, did I? I guess I did. Alright, well, I'm going to have to figure out a solution for that. Wait, hold on. So these are still soft. How much copper I got? I don't have much copper left. Okay. I'm going to have to get some more copper soon. But that's okay. Because I was thinking about making myself a lantern, though I just realized I don't have a candle to do that with anyways. So, what I'm going to do is wait out this temporal storm. And I think I'll do some panning while we wait out this temporal storm. And I'll bring you all back after the temporal storm passes. And once we've kind of started our journey onwards here to go see that treasure hunter trader. So I'll bring you back in just a bit. Alright, folks, I thought I'd bring you back and just show you that the temporal storm is hit. I'm still sitting here panning. It's still like just at 5 a.m. in the game. So I'm going to keep panning through the rest of this temporal storm, and I'll bring you back when I'm done with all that. Okay, folks, we're back. I'm just cleaning up the last of the temporal storm's leavings, which was this deep drifter that left in my bed here, where I do my crafting. Alright. I think I might have heard a Bowtorn still around here somewhere. It was up there. I think the Bowtorn's gone. Yep. Looks like it's finally gone. Alright. So we've gotten through the temporal storm. I did my panning, got some supplies, including some gold and some silver, which means we could start considering making a little bit of black bronze if we get enough. We're just going to go get the rest of the things that I panned up here real quick, as well as get some of my supplies back. See, there's the gold and the silver. And then I got some quartz chunks as well, which I couldn't carry at all, so I put it there temporarily. But now we're going to go get ready to go see our friend, the treasure hunter merchant. Or, well, trader, realistically, is what he's called. We're going to go visit him after I drop off the last of these few bits. Oh, one of the important things I did get is I got some rough peridot, which we could take with us and sell. We can also, crush it up and use it to make refractory bricks. Yeah, I think it's just the olivine we need for that. I have to double check. Actually, let me check. Well, let me check. It's refractory bricks. Refractory brick tier 1. Which is bauxite. Okay, back. Tier 2. Olivine. So I don't need the peridot for the refractory brick. I need the olivine that it normally is found in. But that's fine. So we can actually take that with us to sell when we travel. And then I'm going to put... Oh, we also got this bronze amulet, which I'm going to take with us to sell. And there we go. I'm going to put our gold and our silver and our zinc in here. With the zinc and the copper, we could get some bronze, which I actually really wouldn't mind doing. Let's see here. Let's look for bronze here real quick. I'm not spelling that right. There we go. Bronze. Bronze, bronze, bronze. No, not bronze. Brass. Brass is what I need. Good lord. Yeah, so we just need zinc and copper for that. And it's a 70. Since we have a bit more zinc, I might go with a more 40. We could almost, I think, actually, I think we might have enough that we could make 2 ingots of brass, which I think I kind of want to try and do real quick. Alright, so we're going to need 40 units total. So let's put that in there. Can we get up to 40 units? Oh, we are short. We are just short. A little bit of copper. Alright. That's going to be a project for later. I want some brass. But, alright. So let's go ahead and get ready to go. I'm going to grab some food for the road. And I'll see you all when we get on the road. Alright, folks. So I'm doing something a little different. I was going to go take my raft, but that's a really long way around. Because I'd have to go all the way around all this. All the way down here. And around. Just to get over here. Instead, since it's actually slightly shorter for me, I'm just going to hike cross country down to here and then paddle over there. Which also lets us explore some area we haven't been to. And, you know, be a shorter trip overall. As well as let me forage for some things that I've just been eating, like more cattail. I've been running low on cattail, so I'm just going to be grabbing that while I'm out and about. Just to make this trip more efficient for myself. And more resource friendly. But I'll bring you back in case something interesting happens. Otherwise, I'll see you at the Treasure Hunter Merchant. Alright, folks, I'm going to bring us back, because not only have I found a family of wild pigs, but more importantly, I found something very rare here. So I mentioned this in the live stream, where I was mining some quartz, but if you notice, we have native silver in this quartz right here. This is how you find silver and gold in the game. You find it in quartz veins like this. Now, I actually brought my extra pickaxe, just in case of something like this. Because I'm going to grab this. And it's usually small amounts. But I'm going to mark it because, while I only saw 2, there could be more here. So, I just wanted to show people that, because that was kind of cool. There we go. And I'm just going to save that. Because this whole vein could have more in it. So we've got quartz. There could be more here. And there's lots of quartz here. So this is a huge quartz vein. Anyways, I'll bring you back again if something else interesting comes up. Alright, folks. We finally made it to the far side of our little island / continent, whatever you want to call this large landmass we live on. And I'm going to cut down this tree here so we can start making a new raft so we can paddle over to where we need to go. Why is this tree very... Oh, is that a cicada? It is. I think that's supposed to be a cicada. It's a type of insect, very native to the part of the world I live in. Basically, think of it like a super loud fly, beetle, locust thing. Very annoying, but, you know. So another surface copper node. Alright, so let me make this raft real quick, because we just need to basically go out that way. Alright, that's the wrong button. There we go. So if I remember correctly, we're going to need to make the ropes first, which is part of the reason I was grabbing all these cattails. There we go. Bunch of ropes. And for the raft, it is... Oh, I don't have enough wood. Okay, let's see what I can toss here. Toss the soil. So I don't need that. Alright, let's grab another birch log here. Sorry, Cicada, I'm cutting down your house. And part of the reason I needed more wood is because I also need wood to make the paddle for the raft. So there we go. And two more. There's the raft. So just plop the raft down right here. And the other thing I'm going to do real quick, because I think for that, the paddle, we're going to need, yeah, 2 logs and 2 ropes. So let's go ahead and get those ropes made. There we go. And we need 1 more log. In this case, we're just going to go ahead and take down this tree too. There we go. All right. 2 logs, 2 ropes, raft paddle. Do I have enough to make a chest here real quick? Yes, I do. All right. So we're going to drop that on the ground for now. Go put this on the raft. There it goes. Now I'm going to grab that. That way we have a little bit of storage on this raft. Because we'll just paddle this one back around eventually. Oh, that's where I want it. And then I want that there, that there. And what I can do is put this torch over here. No inventory. Open this up. We're going to put the things that we're just going to take back to base with us in here. One of the things I was doing was harvesting cattail roots so that I could take them back with us to plant more cattails. There we go. Alright. Pick up that seed. Alright, now I'm going to paddle on and take us over there, and I'll bring you back once we get across this little spit of water here to the trader. I just wanted to show you all where we went. Now, to give you an idea, we walked all through here, kept finding bees, found a few trees, including a cherry tree and another pear tree up there. Yeah, so, but I'll bring you back when we get over there to the treasure hunter trader. Alright, folks, we've just arrived over here next to the treasure hunter merchant, so we're going to go talk to this merchant and figure out where the story location is that starts us off on the actual story. I didn't realize there were temporal rifts spawning, but now we're at medium activity, no wonder. Alright. Hello, treasure hunter merchant. How you doing? Alright. Let's see what shift we'll buy. Now, we can buy temporal gears from him. 5 rusty gears. That's kind of crazy. He sells the rough paradites. We can't sell him the rough paradite. Okay. Good to know. He'll buy leather backpacks for 4 gears. I'm not selling him leather backpacks for 4 gears. Alright, unfortunately, he doesn't really buy any of the stuff we brought with us. But that's okay. That's not really what we're here for. So let's talk to him again. Okay. I got the tin bronze pickaxe you asked for. Now tell me what you know. I appreciate that. Now listen up. I found it a couple weeks back. A massive cavern with a huge figure looming within it. Scared me senseless. So I got out of there real quick. But I could tell it's got to be full of treasure. Full of trouble too, no doubt. I'll mark it on your map. If you're going, make sure you're prepared. It's no easy trek through the tunnels. Alright. Cool. Alright, so what's this do? Map to the Resonance Archive. So that's where we're going. So let's do that. So that's been added to our world map. Let's see what this thing is. Oh wow, it is way up here. It is way far to the north. So that's why we're going to go build a real ship so we can sail up there instead of trying to paddle up there. I mean, we could do it on our raft, but I'm not going to. So, alright folks, we're going to head back to base now, because yeah, it was a little bit of a disappointment, because I couldn't sell many of the stuff we brought, but I know where there's people who should buy it. Not too far away. Let's not run into that, as I about walked into one of those rifts. That would have been bad. But I'm going to head on, and I'll bring you back when we get to kind of our next stop or anything of importance here. Oh, folks, I decided to come back and mine some of this brown coal that was just sitting here on the side of the wall on the way back home. And I'm going to do that for a little bit, but I just want to let you all know what was going on and give you all an idea of where things stood. It's like caused a terrible cave-in. I didn't destroy too much of the brown coal. I did not. Okay. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to put some dirt there, because that'll stop the instability. A hilarious note. Actually, would be smarter would be to do that. There we go. Now I can mine. Cool. Go. But I just wanted to do some of that real quick. But let's see here. We'll come back for the rest of that later. But it's a huge chunk of brown coal. Because what I can do is I can take that back and we can use it to make coke, which is basically charcoal made out of coal. But I just wanted to tell you all that I'd stopped to mine some coal on the way back. After I stopped at a merchant that proved to not be worthwhile even sharing with you all. Anyways, I'll bring you back when we get back to base, because I have one more thing I want to do before we call this episode a wrap. And I'll show you all what that is when we get there. Alright folks, we're back here at base. I've just offloaded some of the things that we brought back. And I'm heading back to where I've kept the boats parked real quick now. And I'm going to show you the last thing that we're going to do before I call this episode closed for the evening. Because we've done a lot this episode, even though a lot of it was just traveling around and a little bit of exploration and stuff. But we went to the treasure hunting merchant, or well, trader, and we got the location of the Resonance Archives, which is the first story location. We've found some resources that, you know, we're going to make use of. And, you know, we did a little bit of panning and did a few things. And none of that was super exciting, and a lot of that was travel, and a lot of that I'll have cut out of the video, so you don't have to watch it all. However, we are going to do something right now. We're here next to our merchant friend that is going to be kind of setting the stage for some of the late game stuff that we're going to be doing. So first things first, I'm going to turn all that birch wood I just cut down into firewood, and then we're going to do this. We're going to make these things called roller logs. You make that out of firewood, and it's just 3 across the top, and we're going to make 5 of them. We're going to put them on our hotbar, and now when we select them, we're going to rotate. Nope. Okay, east. Yeah, alright, so we need that blue box in the square here. Is there a way to rotate this? Or okay, come on. Is there a way to rotate this? Hold on, hold on. Alright, hold on. Oh, right, F. That's what I forgot. Okay, so we're going to come back over here where I wanted to do this. And actually, we'll just do it over here, because I'm going to clear out these bushes. That way we've got a nice, good, clear launch area. There we go. Alright, so now we're going to go F. We're going to say west. And now, if you'll notice, we can put these roller bars down. Right-clicking. And this is where we will be building our sailboat. So, that's how you start the construction process of your sailboat. If you notice, now it gives us a list of materials to add, and we can even add the first ones here, since we have the firewood. So we can just go ahead and right-click, and, well, we need the logs as well. But, so there we go. That's going to let us start the process. So we're going to mark this on our map just so we don't forget where we're doing this. And let's see here. What shall we mark this with? I think we'll mark this with a star. We'll make it blue, and we'll say sail boat. So we know that's where we're building our sailboat. And we're going to leave it here, folks. And we'll come back next time and continue working on our sailboat and continue working towards the main quest line. And I think we'll also start shooting for getting into the Iron Age, because I think the Iron Age is going to help us out a lot with this main quest, especially since we got to travel all the way up here to the north to get to the Resonance Archives. Alright, folks, but I want to thank you all, and we'll catch you later. And also, before I head out, I do want to thank my Patreons, whose names you'll be seeing shortly in the credits. So, again, thank you, everybody. You're what makes doing this worth it. And you all have a great one.